Oh, oh, if Twitch would actually start, you just confused it. Subscribed before I went live, which didn't know what to do with that information. Jeez, 41 months, Pete. Holy crap.
Well, you know.
Wrong, I appreciate it. That is a long time, my friend. Somewhere in here, let me do the boxes. I seem to have, filled 34,800 workers.
Where was that tendril?
Over by the missile production.
Did I not get one?
I don't know, maybe you did, but maybe.
Oh, that's a new one. Ah, god damn it. Well, we better start with that one this morning.
Doesn't look healthy.
I'll go get some bombs.
I don't understand, like, it's acting like we're feeding them, but it's acting like we're feeding, like, random weird ones.
I'm wondering if the main one wasn't loaded, and so it decided that one was loaded. You know, the server woke up, the minecarts woke up the one over there near missiles, and the other ones woke up later. Because, I mean, if the segment isn't loaded, the server doesn't know it exists. Okay. Oh, you, put solars on top of my bomb charging station.
I did? Oh, yeah.
But the idea was with this is... Well, the idea was that I could feed power into it and it would slowly charge a bomb so I could get it right on that 100% mark.
Well, I didn't know what they were for. I just saw random power or random batteries that didn't have charges.
Yeah, I basically just wanted a way that I could charge them without it suddenly leaping to, like, 10,000 power or... I need to set up a fast port on here as well. Be that one. But yeah, I need to grab the one next to you. Which apparently you have the other one, so...
No, giving me a bomb's not good plan.
Yeah. Alright.
Nothing good to come from that.
With, yeah. Let's go quickly deal with that, surprise friend. There's two of them. I don't like that. Wow, that really did not pierce very far in. That was one of those moments where maybe a charge level 2 would have been a good choice. Oh well, it's a good thing I got 2 of them. Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, you don't get to do that a 3rd time. Grabbing another bomb.
Not being cooperative.
Well, it was exactly on the radius of both of them. So it's the first one didn't get into their little pocket just by like 1 block. The second one failed to, get both of them. And I'm like, this is... So, I'm going for a slightly more powerful bang.
Bada boom.
So I'm just gonna straight fuck some shit up now. I'm going for charge level 2. I'm about to make a frickin' hole.
Still blow up the missiles. That doesn't seem like a good thing.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
So I'm still not sure feeding missiles to a Mace Raider is a good plan, but you know.
Goodbye, hybrids. Yeah, that worked better this time. Alright, well. Now that is no longer going to cause trouble for the card network. My god, these bolt carts move quickly, don't they? Watch this. Christ. Alright. Alright, well. Time for me to deposit stuff in places. So first I'm going to put these in there.
A few missiles.
You know, it's gonna be kind of great not being on the surface for a while after this,
Yeah,
because I only get 12 FPS walking through there now.
it's gonna get worse over here, I think.
Yeah. So, should we talk about what we're gonna do today?
About what we were actively told not to do.
Yes. So we're gonna preface with this with never do this. Do not do what we're going to do. It is a terrible idea and can damage your saves. You can lose your worlds, and
EJ will laugh at
generally
you.
a really bad idea. Why are we doing it? Well, we like breaking games, and I don't know, we want to know if the game can actually handle it.
Yeah. Tell me real
So one
quick
of the
whether or
things,
not the server's gonna handle it.
oh yeah. So one of the things you're never supposed to do is you're never supposed to run the Cold Caverns your game loop while you're running the Surface game. By that I mean you're supposed to defeat the 4 overminds on the surface and stop the surface attacks before you go and start the Frozen Factory expansion.
It's like DMP knew you were doing stuff you weren't supposed to.
Yeah. Eh. So we're gonna throw caution to the wind today. We're gonna go start the cryoplasm up while the overminds are alive. Because why not?
I have a feeling DMP just went and got popcorn.
Hey DMP, how you doing?
How you doing, my friend? Well, you're assuming that we have any idea of what we're doing.
I mean, I know exactly what I'm doing. I have no idea how it's gonna go, but I know what I'm doing.
Ran out of hoppers. Oh, speaking of random weird reasons that I don't have music. So yeah, part of the reason we're doing this, well, the reason we're doing this, and I'm not going to allow myself to use obviously the power generation from Frozen Factory to charge the OT, because that's just straight cheating. And I don't mean like normal fun cheating. I mean like the sad, like horrible cheating. Because it would allow me to charge the OEP in like seconds. Okay, maybe not seconds, but it would be fast. And that would completely go against kind of the point of doing a challenge for the charity. So I'm not going to allow myself to use those to charge things. And the reason that we're doing it is after we do the charity run, we want to try to lead into charging the railgun a bunch of times. So instead of trying to do all that stuff later, we decided to try to, we're just going to start it early. That's fine. And then that way it allows us to get through some of the cold cavern stuff. It gives us something to do on the time leading up to November, because we still got a ways to go. It gives us something to do other than just sit up here and build literally millions of rocket launchers, which I'm probably going to do anyway.
You have a dog ammo.
I have a dog ammo on? Did it show up?
Yeah, I figured I'd let you know that there was dog ammo. Also, I 100% approve of renaming it to dog ammo.
Yeah. Thank you for drooling on my bed. I appreciate it. Oh no, you're fine, man. That's why it's there. One of these days, I need to get it figured out. I need to get like a USB speaker or something to that will make the noise.
Alright, Plum, when you're ready, wander down to the cold caverns and we'll find out if this is about to be instant regret.
We're gonna find out if it's really a bad idea or if DJ just thinks that it might be a bad idea. Because it's one of those things that like programmers go saying, "Oh well, I never programmed it to do that, so let's not test the theory." Versus,
Well, you see,
yeah, I tested that and it's bad.
well, actually, this is more of a we already know what's going to happen because we've already had the problem once before. In the early days of the Frozen Factory development, the server would run at build orders really quickly. Like, it was terrible in single player because it would run out of build orders in the first 3 seconds of firing up the C5. A lot of work was done since then. So it might now be that it's, able to handle it, but at the time, yeah, it was bad. So
Now I have like a 30, 40, 160 missile launchers firing cluster missiles now.
nice.
At some point, I'll have to start putting the other side. And then I saw there may be another character to open in Bounty Report.
Cool.
So, for those that didn't catch it last night, speech not catching it. Streamlabs is not catching it. What is wrong with these Streamlabs? Why wouldn't you?
I take it Lumia Stream did a thing and Streamlabs did nothing.
No, I look over and Streamlabs shows that I'm offline. So it's usually a sign showing that
Probably need to re-log in again.
yeah. course, I have to go open my password manager because I can't remember my Twitch password because it looks like somebody smashed their face into it.
Oh yeah, we were playing Valheim DMP, but we haven't played it in over a year because, yeah, we kind of ran out of things to do. I mean,
Well,
we could
it
have
wasn't
leveled
only
the
that,
forest.
but they were rapidly changing Valheim to be another Dark Souls type game, and I'm not a huge fan of those. I don't like being punished for playing a game. I know there's some people that really do enjoy that and really do love that type of game. And it may have gotten better, but it's the same reason I stopped playing 7 Days to Die. Was that there's a very vocal minority of people that think that the game should be more difficult and harder, and the developers are listening to those people and adding enemies that just make the game not fun. And that's my personal opinion. It's not my game, so. Yeah, that's exactly. So I'm not here to judge them for how they run their game, or if it's their game and that's how they wanted to do it, I'm fine with it. Like, but like I think DJ said, maybe this isn't the game for you, which is fine. Like I don't have to love every single game that comes out. Like it's okay for me not to like a game. Like it's perfectly fine. Saints Row is one of those. It's a buggy mess. The story is horrible. The characters are horrible. Like it's okay for me not to like it. Yeah. It's you try to, and everything's going the battle royale. It's got to have PvP, like, and I don't think everything has to be PvP. Why can't you just have fun and play a game? Why can't you go and just build a large factory and I can't remember, was that Mad Vandals?
Yeah, that's Mad Vandals modded one.
And it has several floors on it, so I just get on it and hit up, either home or in, and it takes me to where I need to go. So this should end well.
Yeah, I got the tux. All right, we ready to
Hey, so I can't look at my own face. How do I look at my own face?
H for no, H is help. I don't know how it works anymore.
This will work. Don't do this. All right, go ahead and do it, Pete. So, DJ has warned us not to do this, and oh, look at our buddy. Get out of here!
Yeah, it's just slightly out of range of the
DJ's flat told us not to do this. This is a bad idea. We did make a backup save the world. We were at least fairly smart about it, because this does have a chance of breaking our. If it does break your game, it is our fault.
It's
launched the C5 with the surface world still going. Yeah, super spawner, one segment, peak of 0 weeks, one spawn. Yeah. So the problem is the amount of build orders that this can generate. With the stuff on the world, on top of the world, with the bugs still being spawned, could cause problems. We're basically starting 2 boss fights at one time.
I'm gonna go see if it exists yet. Oh. It's alive.
So basically, what we're doing is we're starting the second boss fight at the same time before the first boss fight's complete. Mostly because we don't want to. I can't complete the first boss fight yet, and this gives us the ability to start forward and progression, because there's lots of stuff that we wanted to get that we're not able to get yet because it's all locked behind Frozen Factory. So, I know. Look at that. Isn't he pretty? Here, have a blue thing.
Okay.
Is this when we stand on it and freeze to death?
This is the one we'll freeze to death on. This one's great. This is fluid.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, one of the worst things we can do... Oh, there's 8 of them, and if they touch any part of your base, it has no power anymore until you clear it up.
Grab something to scan it so we can take it back.
I've already done the scanning.
Okay.
I never thought to put a research station down here. But yeah, so building a tunnel all the way there is actually a really terrible idea. Because,
Then it has nothing to dig through.
yeah. So it's just gonna go straight up the tunnel. Which, you know... Please tell me that's not facing a direction that isn't the cryo. Please tell me that it's not facing the wrong... Oh... DJ, you didn't.
Pete?
He's changed it. Okay. That's the problem. That's a problem.
We might need defenses sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh
we
god,
do.
it's going fast. Yeah. Remember that part where we said this was a bad idea? Just concrete it.
Just middle click. Yeah, poor choices have been made. Very poor choices.
I told you guys this was a bad idea.
So, I guess DJ changed it. Probably because people were being cheeky. Yeah, I'm gonna rush to the surface real quick.
And it's going over the top.
So I wasn't expecting that. That definitely was unexpected. So I suppose the question now is, do we want to quickly reload from save, or from the backup, and put it at 0?
At this point, I think we should just kind of go in for a little bit and see what happens. Or is this a bad plan?
I can't guarantee you're going to have access to crystal. Because, yeah, it currently is,
Yeah, it's, trying to hold back the tide is,
there it is. Right. Scan. Scan. Yeah, because, of course, now that that's done, I can go down to...
well, we need to get the
Yeah.
thing down here to start shooting it back.
Yeah. But I need the bars. I don't know where the guns are for that. I'm pretty sure with scanning it, we now have everything needed to see the defenses, but I don't know if that was a research that has to be done. Because I don't see it in here. Yeah, because we don't have the lances yet.
Okay, because the wall doesn't seem to be slowing it down.
Yeah. I think I need to get down to T2 and get the hard rock grinders up.
Nope, I think it's just bursting through the wall.
Oh, if there's an open angle, it'll go through it. On the report code. Well, we're only at 50% load. So,
This is a bad plan. Don't do this.
it's especially worse now because, I didn't realize things had been changed. Because I know someone cheesed it before. They put their C5 somewhere way outside the center of the map, of the the origin point of the map. And of course, all the cryo spawners went back to where they were supposed to be, and all charged towards it. Yep, creep spawner 1 has handed over. So that one may have gone to sleep and now another one's awake. What do you mean initializing? Why are you initializing?
Just waiting for DJ to show up and be like, I told you guys not to do this.
Be a hard rock grinder.
Yeah, it's and that's really the thing, is this is really a complex game. And like the amount of stuff that has gone into this game, and really, like, there's some really somehow I've turned my jetpack on to hover. And there's a lot of things that this game does really, really well. And even when put up against Satisfactory or Tectonica or any of the new games that are coming out in this genre, that look at, and people are like, oh yeah, it's so much prettier, there's so much, it's such a better game. It's really, it isn't. It's like, yeah, it's prettier, but it's not. I don't like that. That's not. I don't.
We may have a problem.
We have lots of problems.
The hard rock grinder isn't grinding.
So the hard rock grinder has one job and it's not doing it. Is this what I'm hearing?
This is exactly what you're hearing. I know it's not working properly because I'm not dying when I stand on it. Because it should hurt. It's just stuck on initializing.
Like a 2-year-old when you're trying to get the floor candy out of their mouth.
Okay, T4 grinder. Let's see. I'm gonna go read the decompiled source code to see if I can figure out what's going wrong. Okay, so we successfully linked the multi-block. Otherwise we wouldn't be up and running.
Yeah, dude, I honestly, I love this game. All joking aside, it allows me to do some really, really crazy things. Like, even, like, I don't know what it is, like, I keep looking in the wrong place for games that bring me joy. I place my hopes and my dreams and my desires in things like Volition or Saints Row, and I'm just repeatedly just slapped in the face, and just repeatedly just made fun of for trying to do that. And then indie devs just repeatedly over and over are just, oh please, say, give us your money. We'll do such, a better job with it. And Saints Row just came out, and I'm sorry to kind of keep harping on that game, but it is a buggy disaster. It is horrible. The story, and I'm not going to jump on the it's the wokeness of the story is bothering me. I don't care about the wokeness of the story. I'm actually kind of upset that the story wasn't more woke, that it wasn't even more over the top, that it wasn't, yeah, no worries, man. Because at least at that point, if the story had been complete 100% woke, like just crazy, just going to town on things, at least then we would have had something. Like at least then it would have been something. But what we ended up with was just a soulless, boring disaster. That it's got no identity. It's got no place. It's just, it's boring to be boring. It doesn't tell me a story. Like when you buy a game and you're playing a game, I do this to tell a story, right? The worst. I can't really remember the name of that movie. There was a movie that came out that we went and saw in the theater, and it was kind of the same thing. It was 2 hours of French fries. And yeah, French fries are they're okay. Like, you can eat them, and they're French fries, and they're French fries. But there's no nutritional value. Like, you're not going to get anything good from them. It's just they're just French fries, right? There's it's not an awesome way to get your nutritional value. And yeah, you kind of ate something and you have stuff in your belly, but like, it's not. Was it really worth your time? And the I think it may have been the Batman versus Superman, where like I went and watched it for the 2 hours, 3 hours, however long it was, way too damn long. And I got done with it, and I was just like, well, I saw it. Like, I didn't feel like I had a movie. I didn't feel like I had an experience. And that's the real problem with Saints Row is I didn't feel like I've been told a story. I didn't have an experience. And as far as I'm concerned, especially when it comes to a game or a movie or something I'm paying for entertainment, I think that's the worst thing that you could, the worst sin that a form of media can have is to not tell a story, not make you feel something. Whether you love it, whether you hate it, it's just something. Like, I would have been happier with Saints Row, like just loading it and just been like, this is the worst piece of garbage. Like, but I would have kept playing it just to see how bad it got. Right?
Could you do me a favor?
What's that?
Can you run over to the C5 and see if it's still powered?
There's a big glow coming out of it. And it's shooting a red beam out the way that I've been trying to block off.
But it's
big
alive,
red glow in the
right?
back of it.
And it's powered?
Looks like it. Set to cold mode. Warning, plasma detected at 253 meters.
Because this hard rock grinder won't fire up. And I don't see why.
I wonder if is there something in there that if the OEPs haven't been charged, it gets mad.
Not that I know of. The C5 sets up the So the only check is that it checks that the C5 is not at an insanely long distance away, which is the default value for it, aka that you've actually built it. So when you build it, it sets to the position. You're right. Then it links itself to the ore, which it scans the ore below it for, the ore, and that would update its status text. Then it would switch into grinding mode, and it would then start chewing up power like crazy. Which it's not doing that part where it chews up power like crazy. It's just doing a whole lot of nothing.
Not up.
And I'm confused, because I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, well, if that thing is pretty much done with this idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now on the flip side of that, we have games like Backpack Hero, which I spent I think it was like $15 on, and so far I have where is Backpack? I have 87.8 hours in Backpack Hero. Honestly, probably the best $15 I've spent in a very long time on. It's an amazing game. It is glorious in its awesomeness and its brokenness, and just everything that could be awesome about a game. That game for me, that game is awesome. It is amazing. So contrast that with the $150 ish I spent on Saints Row, and the 5 or 6 hours of frustration I got out of it. I won't say the time that I played it, because it wasn't. It was horrible. It was like it was frustration. It was not fun. And then I picked up Bounty of One yesterday, and I don't do a lot of I don't do a lot of bullet heaven stuff, or bullet hell. I think it's technically classified as a bullet heaven, because you're the one doing all the bullet shooting. And I don't do a lot of those games. I don't know why. That game is just awesome. It's just something about that game. Like it doesn't bother me nearly as much as some of the other ones I've played. Because I played Nova Drift. I played. I've played a couple of other games that are kind of in that genre, and like I enjoy watching them on YouTube. Like I watch Ultra C on YouTube, and they do a lot of Nova Drift, and I love Nova Drift. I love watching Nova Drift, but I've tried to play it, and that game does my head in. I cannot play it. It's too much. It's too fast. It's too many things to keep track of. It's just too much. And that's just for me. And maybe that game's not for me. And maybe that's okay. Like it's okay. Like I can enjoy the game, and not enjoy playing it. As weird as that sounds, but it can be done. And Nova Drift is definitely one of those games that, like, I bought the game. I think I may have put maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour in it, not very long, and I won't refund it. Not because it's a bad game, it's not for me, but I get so much time and enjoyment from watching the videos on YouTube that I just gave money to the developer. And whether you like games like that or not, especially for me, sometimes I will buy games like that, especially if I'm watching them on a lot on YouTube, just because I'm getting enjoyment out of it. Yeah, I'll give a few dollars to it. Like hell, I spend money on worse things, so you might as well do something useful with it. But Bounty of One, I don't know that game. I don't know what it is about that game that it's just with me, and I like it. I will probably be in Discord again later this afternoon, and playing it. I may try to stream this afternoon. Oh, that's not good.
I'm restarting the server as troubleshooting.
Okay. That would explain a lot. I ran over to where the C5 was. I was like, what?
I don't understand what's wrong. Like,
yeah.
Like,
so
it's not drawing power, so it's not you know, short on power and failing to run. It's not drawing power, so it's definitely not grinding and not giving us status.
we're up to
It's
over
saying it's
2,000
initializing. Sorry?
You got up to 30-minute compression.
Alright, wake it back up.
Give me
I just want to see if it was a glitch and we need to reboot it to fix it, but
yeah, like maybe
because otherwise,
to know that it's working. Yeah, because if not, then we're done.
Yeah, then I restore the save and I go ask DJ if he did anything to stop it working. And if he says no, then well, then that could be a problem.
It's possible he's put checks in to say, you know, to stop people from doing stupid shit.
It's possible, yeah, but I'd see that.
Yeah, rooting around in the code, you see things like that. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm a firm believer that in voting with your wallet and if you see something that you enjoy or something that you want to see progress, throwing a couple dollars at a dev is a great way to do it. There's I don't know what it is right now, but the amount of roguelite, just CCG games and these just indie dev games, and maybe we're seeing the all the people having to work from home. Maybe it's finally starting to kind of come to, you know, the head where all the people that have had to work from home and change the way the world's working and game development and stuff like that. Maybe hey, Mr. Lee, how you doing? Maybe the indie devs are finally catching up, and finally all that work for the past 3 years of where everybody's been stuck indoors is finally starting to take hold, and we're starting to see the fruits of that labor. Maybe that's what's going on, because in the current world the way it is right now, the indie dev has. I'm good. We're actively breaking FortressCraft Evolved. We're talking about random, just amazing indie games that everybody should go check out. I'm not a bullet haven or a bullet heaven type of fan. I don't do Bulletstorm games. I don't like, and we talked about it, like Nova Drift. And Nova Drift is an amazing game. Please, like, devs, don't leave your game the way it is. Like, it's just not for me. Like, and I'm okay with that. I think your game is awesome the way it is, and I think that it needs to be left exactly the way it is, because the people that are playing that game are doing amazing things. I just not capable of playing it. And that's okay. But Nova Drift is amazing. And Nova Drift's been out for a little while. Backpack Hero, honestly, Backpack Hero just makes me just happy thinking about it. And I haven't played a lot of it the last few days. And part of that is because I'm really trying not to just burn myself out on it. Because I will. That game is just so much fun. And I want to leave some more to come, because there's I think they're planning on releasing 7 heroes for that game. But as far as bullet heaven, bullet hell type games go, Bounty of One is amazing, and I think for me, okay, so the C5 is now pointing a different direction.
Okay. Let's hope that there's been some difference down here, because if not,
So it's pointing at a wall at least this time.
cannot function without active cold cavern climate control center. But there is an active one.
It's active. Pyroplasma detected at 280 meters, set to cold. Looks like it's working.
This cannot function without active.
So we're actively trying to break DJ's game, and doing things he flat told us not to do. So if you guys are playing this game, don't do this. This is dumb.
The game is actively fighting us.
Yeah, and the game is not happy about us doing exactly what we're told not to do. I want to make sure that this is prefaced to people understand that we were told not to do this. So we're breaking the game in ways that we shouldn't be breaking the game, trying to do things that we shouldn't be doing, and trying to see if it can do it. Partially because we want access to some of this the cold cavern stuff. Partially because and mostly because I want to have as soon as stream day gets done, our game day gets done, I want to be able to um, basically the next day maybe take a day off. We'll see, but we want to start building the uh, the railgun, and I want to start progressing towards firing the railgun as fast as we can. Well, it's actively running.
Yeah, I just...
Laser? Oh no, that's laser circle.
You know, it's still telling me that there's not an active... Okay, active and working plan. What's...
But yeah, so... And, yeah. We were kind of talking about like some of the games that have come out recently and stuff like that. I don't know why I keep placing my hopes and my dreams in AAA devs hands and thinking that they're going to treat my money correctly and treat me correctly. I keep doing that, and I just keep, just keep getting let down. I need to just start looking and go, does this studio have stock on the stock market? Okay, don't pre-order the games. Like if they have investors, just don't pre-order the game. Like that's like the worst, the easiest way to find out a game's going to be horrible is just to see if it has investors. Because every time investors get into games, they don't care. And investments, as a general rule, aren't a bad thing, but them having the influence of, no, I want my money back now, as opposed to making sure the game is good. They don't care whether the game is good. They care that the game is released and that it's for sale and that they can recover their money. And we've seen that over and over and over again, where a game gets released well before it's ready, and because they're trying to recover their money from it.
I need you to do a sanity check for me.
Okay.
Can you go down to mining floor 2? In the middle of it, there is a large chunk of molybdenum right next to the gold. On top of it is hard rock grinders. Can you see what status they have for you? I'm coming up to stand near the C5 and then go back down. And pretty much if it doesn't work after this, and I don't think it's going to, then yeah,
our dreams are. So, but yeah. So, and like honestly, like this game, like I have well over 1,000 hours in this game. Well over 1,000 hours. Steam lists me at over 1,000 hours, and we think it lies. Um, I have I think I have a lot more than 1,000 hours in this game. Hell, Steam says I have 914 hours in Space Engineers, and I don't believe that's true. I think that number is low. It says I have 1,225 hours in this game, 1,941 hours in Factorio. And like I have games on my computer that have, you know, weeks. But like in the grand scheme of things, I spent what maybe $60 on this game, and I've got well over 1,000 hours of game time. I spent, you know, over $100 on No Man's Sky, and I have 40 hours, or I think 400 hours. I think now 400 hours in No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, 400.6 hours. Yeah. Path of Exile, I had 314 hours in it, and I've spent money on it. I probably spent $100 on it, but that was more of trying to give money to the developers and helping them, as opposed to it's a free game. Like you could have put 400 hours in that game and not spend a penny on it. So it's 5 billion. Might be up there.
yeah. So that molybdenum that you scanned is the one that it's on top of. Should be a bunch of hard rock grinders.
His initializing power 4,096.
Yeah, I imagine the other one says the same thing.
Initializing 4,996. Came down and it doesn't. Came down it doesn't.
Alright, well I guess we're gonna... Well, we'll be restoring the save game.
Yeah.
So this presents a problem, because the plan had been we were gonna do this.
Yeah.
So
here's the overall issue, and to completely level with everybody. The problem is right now we're kind of got to a point where we can. I feel comfortable with being able to ramp up our defenses rather rapidly. If I spend the next 2 months ramping defenses, it's gonna be ridiculous amounts of defenses. The only way at that point that we're going to be able to either I might have to do something stupid, like, and honestly, $5 per agitator is already stupid. I'm either going to have to increase that to higher numbers, or have to throw down some sort of challenge to you guys that, something ridiculous, like, if somehow y'all get me killed, I'll shave my beard or something. Like, we would have to do something, so drastic to try to get you guys to kill me, because we're going to be able to have so much defenses, which is it's something like that. It is, where we're at right now. So at this point, it's a question of, like, do we continue playing this? Do we, like, how do we do it? How do we move forward? And maybe that's a question to kind of pose to the Discord, and see if we can get some sort of discussion, and kind of go on what we can do. But if that is the case, Pete, I am going to quit out of the game, so that we can start restoring the server. And then I think, just so that you don't feel pressured, I'm going to change games. That way we can not worry about trying to get the game back up right now.
Yeah,
Just to should make life a little bit easier.
The problem I
And
have now is, what are we gonna play?
I'm gonna load Bounty of 1.
That's fair enough. We'll have to figure out something else or something for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about it here. Let me talk about it.
What the fuck is wrong
So
with
what I'm gonna
this?
do, guys, hang out. I'm gonna kill the stream. I'm gonna launch Bounty of 1, then relaunch it. That way, when I go to export the stuff to this, I'll be right back.